Welcome to the Nightmares Podcast, where we talk about everything horror, movies, TV shows, comics, books, video games, anything and everything horror. We also sometimes interview people within the horror community. I'm your host, Brandon, and with me as always are Zack and Mark. And today you're really going to lose your head over our topic. We're talking about Decapitations.
So about you being too tired for puns.
I lied.
You should have seen this coming. I knew I should have introed. Holy hell.
Jesus, man. So yeah, we're talking about decapitations in horror movies. That's pretty cool.
Just decapitations in general, because decapitations are fucking awesome!
Yeah, they are pretty awesome. There's definitely some good shit there. So I know Zack is very excited about talking about this, so we're gonna let this guy go first. So go ahead, Zack.
Alright, where do I want to begin? Alright, I'm gonna...
American Zacko. Accept it.
Screw you. Alright, so I have three. Two are from a video game. One is from a movie. Number 3. I'm sure we're all familiar with Mortal Kombat.
I knew that was coming.
So did I.
Now, the problem was there's a lot to choose from.
Yeah.
Especially in the last two games. And I narrowed it down to 2 that I was like, alright, it's between these two. It's Baraka's Fatality from Mortal Kombat Deception, where he punches your head into the air, throws out one of his blades and catches it. I used to fucking love that one. And then I remembered the latest Johnny Cage Fatality, which is fucking hilarious. So
From 11?
Yeah, from 11. One of the, better fatalities in the game. So anybody who's familiar with Mortal Kombat knows that one of Johnny Cage's classic fatalities is he just uppercuts your head off. They've had a few funny variations, but in this one, he does the uppercut, he fails, the camera yells, cut, we're gonna do it again. Tries it again, fails again, just dislocates the jaw. Third time, it's like, all right, fuck it, let's do this. He decapitates the head, it's sitting on his hand, and then he throws it at the camera, and it just gets lodged into the camera lens. So that's my number 3 pick.
Okay.
Fucking love that one. Number 2, Friday the 13th. There's a few to choose from in the Friday the 13th series. You have part 1, the ending of the movie where Pamela gets decapitated. But it's not nearly as hilarious as in Part 8, where Julius just gets his head punched off by Jason. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with this kill, Julius is kind of a boxing character and all that stuff. Kind of a badass in the movie. So, he's with Jason on the roof, in a random rooftop in New York. And they're having a one-on-one fight. Julius is just beating the shit out of him, punching him. Jason just keeps moving backwards. And he's not fighting at all. He's just taking the hits. And after a good, minute or two of just Julius beating the shit out of this guy, he's like, all right, Jason, get your head in. And Jason just takes one whack. Pow! Off with his fucking head, rolls off a roof, and then into a trash can.
That was part 8?
Yeah, this was Jason Goes to Manhattan.
Probably why I don't remember it.
But it's, the best part of the movie. How can you not remember it, Brandon? You had so many questions during the movie, I figured you'd remember it.
No.
Wow, really forgettable.
Well, that's depressing. And then part 1. I want to see if Mark can guess this one. I'm gonna give you a few hints. It's heavy metal related.
Mm-hmm.
Lemmy was in it.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Curry voiced the guy who gets decapitated.
I have no idea.
Come on. It's a really brutal game.
I have no idea.
Legends will be told about it for years to come.
It's a brutal legend?
Yep.
That's not horror.
I don't give a shit. It's a badass video game. Demons are taking over the world, and it's heavy fucking metal. Anything that's heavy metal related is default thrown into the horror category just because of the awesome type of music it is. Slayer's in it. I mean, there's a Slayer song.
I don't. That logic doesn't check out.
You know what? It checks out to me. Thank you.
Brandon has a question.
So, is Airheads horror?
Technically, yes.
No. No, sir.
It's heavy metal. It's horror. It's awesome.
Things can be awesome and not be horror.
Well, you know what? Mortal Kombat is in horror, but we still went with that one.
That might as well be horror. That's insanely gratuitous violence. So it might as well be
Brutal
horror.
Legend doesn't have violence.
It does, but not like that. You know what? I'm not going to argue the merits of... okay, let's go.
I don't know anything about this game.
Let's make an agreement right now. Regardless of what genre it might be in, it's awesome. We'll both agree.
Absolutely.
We'll both agree
it's
with
one of
that.
the greatest video games of all time. And if you haven't played it, you're wrong. Go fucking play it.
Oh, dude, I actually very much recommend that game. I thought that game was going to blow, and it did not at all.
I remember seeing the Game Informer magazine for that, and I was just like, this looks fucking stupid. And for the longest time, I thought the game was going to be trash. And then I saw a trailer, and I just see Lemmy, Rob, Ozzy.
That's dude. Even with that, I thought it was gonna be fucking lame.
No,
I wasn't unconvinced until I actually played the game, and then I'm like, oh yeah, this is pretty fucking.
No,
great.
see that's too. I'm just like, okay, now I gotta try it. And then they released a demo, and I was in love. I'm like, oh my god, this is genius.
Back when demos actually came with the magazine, we're showing our age. Anyway. Yeah, there. All right.
Yeah, essentially Jack Black's character just decapitates the final demon at the end of the game, and it's just Jack Black yelling, "Decapitation!" for like a good 5 minutes straight.
Actually held that note pretty well.
And then he proceeds to rip out 2 hearts.
Cool. Nice.
With awesome heavy metal music playing in the background.
Fair enough. Brandon.
Fucking Slayer!
So Brandon, what'd you pick?
All right, so I've got a few here.
All right, awesome.
I'm waiting for the most delicate decapitations in history.
No, I'm pretty sure that they're gonna be decent.
So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on my list. Not in really any order. So I'll just start with the one decapitation that I like from a movie that I didn't really care for. And it's also been a really long time since I haven't seen this movie since it first came on DVD, so it's also the one that's least fresh in my mind. So I'm just gonna go through it real quick. And that is the decapitation in High Tension.
I take it there was a lot of high tension in this movie.
I thought you've seen it.
Have I?
Have you?
I don't know. Have I?
High Tension.
What was it about?
It's basically about these 2 girls being chased by a killer. Bringing
That's
it up
a lot of movies, Brandon.
I know. It's made by the same guy that did the Hills of Eyes remake and Crawl and Piranha 3D. You don't recognize that one?
You know what? Maybe I have seen this.
I completely missed this movie.
Huh. I want to see it now.
And it's okay. I did not care for the ending. The ending is the big reason I don't care for it. And I'm kind of just piecing this together from memory because, like I said, I haven't seen it since the first came on DVD. But pretty much this person gets their head stuck in like a door, and the killer, who's like this big, brutish trucker guy, has this cart and just basically rams this cart into the guy's head, just like sliding it right off.
Okay.
It's a pretty brutal scene. Like I said, it's been so long that I don't remember all the specifics, but that decapitation is at least as much of that. The general vibe of that moment has still stuck with me all these years, even though the movie as a whole did not. Enough so that I felt it was at least worth an honorable mention here very quickly. A more classic one is in The Omen.
Yeah, of course.
Yep.
Yeah.
The photographer gets his head taken off with a sheet of glass. What makes that one so notable is they show it 4 different times from different angles. The director, Richard Donner's opinion, or his philosophy there was, if I just show it once, there are people who are going to see it coming. Like, you know, if a girl's with her boyfriend who doesn't like gore, she's just going to like hide her head in his chest, and then she'll be like, okay, it's over. He didn't want to give people a chance who are going to close their eyes or look away.
Nope.
Once they feel like it's safe, oh, you're going to see it 3 more times.
There is no escape.
Pretty much.
That's actually a pretty funny philosophy to make people watch the shit you're making them go through.
Yep.
No, you're gonna watch this Decapitation and you're gonna fucking like it.
Well, you paid for your movie ticket. You're gonna get that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Richard Donner, really. I think The Omen might have been his first feature.
Good for him.
Because he had done TV at that point, most notably the Nightmare at 20,000 Feet episode of Twilight Zone, which he also did a commentary on the DVD and Blu-ray for that episode of Twilight Zone that's worth mentioning. And then, of course, a couple years after The Omen, he did Superman with Christopher Reeve, got fired off of Superman 2, did all 4 Lethal Weapons, The Goonies. Yeah, he's done a lot of stuff over the years, so very good director. And yeah, The Omen, really good decapitation. Next up, what order do I want to go in here? For my midpoint, I'll go with something on the more humorous side, and that is Deathgasm.
It's such a beautiful decapitation.
It is. So bad guy's minion messes up, is brought before him, and then as main bad guy is chewing him out, his 2 masked henchmen just out of nowhere just decapitate the guy. Blood goes spraying everywhere. Fitting punishment for a failed henchman, you know? Except main bad guy is upset at his henchmen because they didn't put down a plastic sheet, and now blood is just everywhere, all over the furniture and everything. And so he tells them to lay down a plastic sheet and do it again. So he gets mad that they're not doing it again. And so they lay down a plastic sheet. One of them holds up the body and holds up the head to the neck hole. And they just kind of put on this whole performance of just like, they just kind of slowly bring the sword down. The guy holding the head just kind of rolls it, and it's just like showmanship. And it's just the most ridiculous thing. When I saw Deathgasm, it was at a midnight screening at Music Box Theater. And I saw it was like shortly after I moved to the place I was living at the time. And I just saw the title and I said, I'm going. I don't even know what it's about. It's called Deathgasm. I'm going. And that was at a time when I would just buy my tickets online just whenever, because like just in case the train runs late or whatever, I don't have to fool around with buying a ticket at the box office. And it's a good thing I did, because apparently everybody else in the city had the exact same idea I did, because it was a pretty much sold out. It was either a sold out show or close to sold out show. And during that scene, everybody was laughing so hard you couldn't hear what was happening.
Such a funny fucking movie.
I'll have to check it out.
It's a good time.
We'll have to do a scream review for
It's
that.
it's a New Zealand-based horror comedy, heavy metal related.
Yeah, heavy metal, horror. Thank you.
It's a good time.
Good time. No, it's a fucking great time.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, I saw it after. I think I was helping. I was helping one of my buddies film one of their projects for school, and it's just like, dude, you got to see this movie. So it's like, okay, put it on. Watched it. Fucking loved it.
Okay, then I got 2 more. I'll go with the lesser known one because because it's a movie that neither of you have seen, and I don't really want to spoil too much of it, because it is something that I know Zack wants to watch as well. But the nurse in the hospital scene in Exorcist 3. And
Spoiler alert.
what makes this one unique is you don't actually see the decapitation. I won't go into the details surrounding the scene because it is a really well done scene. And it is really, it ramps up tension in a way that you don't realize tension is ramping up. And then what happens. It's arguably one of, if not the best jump scare ever. But what's cool is you don't need to see the decapitation because as it's right about to happen, it then cuts to the next scene. But there's a statue that you see decapitated and there's blood on it. So it makes you draw that conclusion on your own. It's a very cool artistic way to convey a decapitation. It's a really well done scene.
One of these days, I'm going to finally watch it.
Yeah, it's really the highlight of the movie, and that's why I was kind of hesitant to talk too much about it because I don't want to, ruin the best part of the movie when it is something that you're intending on seeing. So my final one, and I guess it's good that I saved this one for last because it's something I know we've all seen, so I can talk about it all I want. And that is Ash decapitating Linda in Evil Dead 2 with a shovel. And what makes this one great is her head still speaks after it's lopped off. And he just puts the neck in a vice in the tool shed, and she keeps taunting him. And then they even brought Linda back in Ash vs. Evil Dead, played by a different actress, but they still brought the character back. It is just a very fun decapitation.
Nice.
It's just a very fun movie.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great movie.
And then two other... They're not technically decapitations, but when am I ever going to have another and they're not really exploding heads either in a way. So it's like, when am I going to have another opportunity to talk about these two? But I also like Billy Zane punching through the sheriff's head in Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight. That's a really fun moment. And then I also like, and this is an action comedy, but still worth bringing up, the piece of church roof that gets falls onto Tim Messenger's head in Hot Fuzz.
Damn, I was literally gonna.
Oh, shit,
I was
that's
literally
right.
gonna take that one. And actually, dude, that's.
Oh, I thought that wasn't a horror movie,
no,
Mark.
no, that is actually a legitimate it. I would actually consider that like almost a horror comedy more than I would consider that a. Because that's the thing with both of them. Like all three of those movies have a lot of horror elements within them.
They have a lot of genres thrown into the blender.
They and pretty much most of the time it makes a great smoothie.
Yeah.
That's a great fucking scene.
Hot Fuzz is such a fucking hilarious movie.
Oh my god, that movie's amazing. Have you ever jumped in through the air holding two guns? No. You ever kick somebody in the face? No. God, the movie's so good. So I guess it's my turn.
Don't say.
I want to do. There's two funny ones that I love, and one of them I just watched recently. By a from a great show that Brandon recommended. Scream Queens. With the girl, with the deaf Taylor Swift getting her head taken off by a lawnmower, which was hilarious.
You're welcome.
Thank you for that. Yeah, that was awesome. And the other one I find hilarious, even though Zack fucking hates the movie, and I don't really give a shit because I enjoyed it very much. The Child's Play decapitation and all the crazy shit they did with it with the head afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking great.
I don't know. It's kind of a forgettable movie.
I disagree, sir. I had a lot of fucking fun with that.
I'm glad somebody did. At least I got entertainment. In the first 30 seconds of the movie.
Dude, he fucking
Orion's still around at MGM Studio. There you go.
Yeah.
Vietnam.
Jesus. I laughed.
And that's where it ends.
I laughed for most of the movie. Zach only laughed for the
I
first
thought it was
two
a
minutes.
fun remake. Some third act issues, most notably. That cop was definitely dead.
Oh yeah, it was all 100% dead.
And then there was also Discount Jack Black.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh my god.
They
I completely forgot about him.
Could not.
I thought it was a fun enough remake. I think it's one of the better remakes. It does kind of take a little bit fun out of it when you realize the original creator's opinion of it, because he still has the series going on.
I did not hear about. What was his opinion on it?
So basically, So he still owns the rights to Chucky.
Yeah.
And one good thing about the Child's Play series is he has been involved with all of them. Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3, Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, Curse of Chucky, Cult of Chucky. Those are all still his singular storyline. And of course, he has the TV series coming soon as well, which is still going to be a continuation of his storyline.
Which, awesome.
Yeah. And so after he did Curse and Cult of Chucky, MGM's just like, we're going to be doing a remake of Child's Play. We would like your name on it, just as like a token credit. And he is just like, I mean, I still have, and if you want to make the remake, fine, but don't put my name on it, because the series is still going strong. I just had 2 reasonably well-reviewed movies just come out, so it's not like the series is dead or anything. And so he kind of feels like by them doing this remake, while he still has like the TV series coming and everything, he kind of feels like it's them stepping on his feet.
I absolutely agree with that.
Even coming from a person who actually likes the remake, I can definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if it was a like remake that no one was touching or nobody was doing anything with, or he had signed away all of his rights, then that is what it is. But the
series is still going, and it's still going strong. People still like. I'm still blown by the fact that Chucky, like there was a Chucky movie that came out, like what was the last one, like 5 years ago?
Cult of Chucky.
Yeah.
That one came out while I was on my second cruise ship.
So over the past 3 years.
Yeah. So and I actually enjoyed that one quite a bit.
Was it the one where the person's in the wheelchair?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
the last one I saw was The Bride of Chucky. So I was never the biggest fan of the Child's Play series or Chucky as a character, but I mean, it's not a bad series. I think it's a joke because it's a little fucking dull, but it's.
I think it has its ups and downs.
Yeah.
As most things do.
Yeah.
Definitely most things do. But
yeah, Curse of Chucky and Cult of Chucky I actually enjoyed quite a bit.
Nice. Yeah, I need to pick the series back up. I want to actually start, like, before the show goes out. I want to start from the beginning and then work my way up to the end just so I'm actually caught up.
Yeah.
Because it's also been a long time since I've seen, like, I think the last one I saw was, like, 10 years ago.
I really like 3. It's not a great movie, but that's kind of why I like it. But
which one was the one where he gets burnt in the doll factory?
That's the second one.
Second one? Okay, then it was part 2 that I saw. That was like 10 years ago.
3 is the one at the military school.
Gotcha.
I always confuse 2 and 3.
Yeah, which I really like the military school setting and just the ridiculousness of some of the performances. And just the idea of like the whole paintball thing, and he switches out some of the one team's paintballs to the actual bullets, which
That's
really not how guns work.
That is not how it works.
That's not how paintball guns work. But okay.
Does it work for the screen enough?
No, I haven't seen it in.
It works enough.
You either buy it or you don't.
There's a certain amount of suspension of disbelief that you got to bring into a talking doll movie.
Yes. Especially
I believe voodoo over that shit any day.
And also Child's Play 3 was directed by Jack Bender, who directed the bulk of the series Lost.
Okay.
God, dude, some of these directors have really weird careers.
You said that about DPs in the last podcast.
But all DPs have weird careers. Only some directors have weird
Do you want to know the weirdest writing credits?
Yes.
So, do you know what Double Dragon is? Based on the video game movie?
No, not that I remember.
Zach?
Really? You don't know what Double Dragon is?
Excuse me. Sorry.
But Zach, you know Double Dragon, right?
Yeah.
So let's just call it Street Fighter ripoff. That's a gross oversimplification, but for the sake of Mark, that's just what we're gonna call it. It's from that era of video game movies.
Yeah. Yep, I see it.
Yeah.
Double Dragon is not a Street Fighter ripoff.
What's that?
Double Dragon is not a Street Fighter ripoff.
It's not, but we're talking to Mark here. I gotta translate
I don't see it. How is it a street? Like, how do you even go that direction?
More so the movie route.
Okay, if we're talking movie
Because
route,
it's like,
okay,
yeah, because it's like Street Fighter the movie came out, Double Dragon was around the same time.
Okay.
I'm not a video game person, so
I'm like, if you're talking about
there's
the game, I'm like,
yeah, I'm not talking about the games. I'm talking about like
Okay.
that era of video game
Movies.
of pre-Mortal Kombat video game movies. It's
Okay.
like the trifecta of 1993: Street Fighter, Double Dragon, Super Mario Brothers. I don't even know what order they came out in, so it could very well be Street Fighter was after Double Dragon. I don't know.
That's a marathon day right there.
Well, yeah,
Super
I
Mario
am-
Brothers, Double Dragon, and Street Fighter.
And
Oh,
I never
God.
played
Oh my
Double
God.
Dragon, so I'm openly admitting I know nothing about Double Dragon, except that it was a bad video game movie that came out in 1993, and the two writers on it are Paul Dini, who was one of the main writers for Batman the Animated Series and pretty much the animated DC universe as a whole. He even wrote the Heart of Ice episode, which is the episode famous for creating the Mr. Freeze as we know him today. So that whole origin story with his wife and everything. And the other writer is Peter Gould, who would go on to write for Breaking Bad and co-create Better Call Saul.
Wow.
Interesting.
A lot of weird shit.
Well, everybody's got to start somewhere.
Yep.
Yep, I suppose so. Double Dragon, to me, is like a cross between Tekken and Street Fighter.
Where are these comparisons coming from?
You're talking to two people who openly know nothing about video games.
Dude, I know a lot about video games, actually, but
You're talking to one person who openly knows nothing about video games.
That's where I'm getting from the actual picture of it. Like, it reminds me of Tekken and Street Fighter.
But Double Dragon's a fucking beat 'em up.
So is Street Fighter.
No, it isn't. Street Fighter's a
Street Fighter's a
fighting game.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a beat 'em up.
Yes, it is.
The Simpsons is a beat 'em up.
Depending on which one you're talking about.
The arcade one.
Okay.
Yeah,
The one that still has Marge's rabbit ears.
yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, that
was a really long way for us to get to. Brandon doesn't know video games.
even though
Street Fighter,
even though
Tekken,
he says it many times. But anywho, the last TV show I was gonna mention though was there's actually a lot.
Oh, why did you like the Scream Queen's Decapitation?
Because it's fucking hilarious. I
What a
laughed
delayed-
really hard because it took that girl like 10 minutes to even figure out what was going on before she lost her head.
What, was she deaf or something?
Yes, she was deaf.
yeah,
She was
okay.
she was literally
hence
singing
the nickname Deaf Taylor
Taylor
Swift.
Swift.
Sure.
Which that whole thing was so ridiculous. It was hilarious. I had a lot of fun watching that. And not to mention I'm very happy that I stayed for that scene that you recommended. A bunch of frat boys with baseball bats going
Dickie
up.
Dollar Scholars.
Yep, Dickie
Dollar
Dollar Scholars. Literally wearing baseball bats and
Wearing baseball.
I'm sorry. They were holding baseball bats, wearing some of the douchiest clothing I've ever seen, and that you could take to the bank for me. And they were hunting a killer that was in their
Red Devil.
The Red Devil, while Backstreet Boys' Everybody Rock Your Body was playing in the background. It was pretty fucking great. And then they kind of got their asses kicked.
Yep.
There was like 7.
Wooden baseball bats don't go up against chainsaws very well.
Yeah,
That is
that's why
true.
you don't attack the blade of the chainsaw, dumbasses.
To be fair, these weren't the smartest characters to get
Clearly.
Yes, dude. Like it was literally like a cross between a slasher movie and fucking Blue Mountain State. That is
Yeah.
with maybe a little bit more prep to it, but that's about it.
Blue Mountain State had horror elements to it, yeah. This is it. Jesus Christ, everybody's fucking terrible.
I was very entertained.
I cannot wait for you guys to watch the Halloween episodes.
Oh god.
Oh, look, they have Halloween episode.
Yeah.
Of course they do. How could they resist?
They're the next ones up, and it's so basically the episodes I showed you the last time you were here, like the first half of the pilot, I was like, this feels really awkward to me. And then the second half started to kind of win me over, and it's like, okay, this is kind of fun. And then the chainsaw episode is like, okay, this is still fun in kind of a guilty pleasure way. And then the Halloween 2-parter happens. I was like, no, I legitimately enjoy this. This show is funny. This show is great. I like this.
I still have
and I
beers to
am
keep
not
me
ashamed
going,
of
so.
He eventually got to that Family Guy bit about Breaking Bad on The Wire when he got hypnotized. The Breaking Bad is the best show ever made. You will tell everyone about how awesome Breaking Bad is, except maybe not as awesome as The Wire.
The Wire's okay.
Look, I've never heard somebody say a bad thing about Breaking Bad. One of these days I'm going to watch it.
It's a really good show.
Supposedly
it is a really good show.
And I like it more than The Wire.
You and a lot of other people. I don't know anybody who disagrees with you, in all honesty. So
Okay.
Yeah,
I rarely ever hear anybody talk about The Wire.
Wow.
Breaking Bad, on the other
We've
hand,
had
everybody
completely
was
different experiences.
praising it like
Dude,
it's the fucking messiah of television.
Dude, people do go, crazy over The Wire. There's a couple.
It's good.
It's good, but it's not 100% great. There is a phenomenal line in The Wire that I always remember, and it's great philosophy. When he says when you go after the drug dealers, when you go after the drugs, you find the drug dealers. When you go after the suppliers and everything else, you find the drug dealers. But when you go after the money, who the fuck knows where you'll end up? It's a really, really great line. But
it is a good show. Season 4 is the best, the one with the school kids. And season 5, it's an HBO show. It's the last season of an HBO show when all the characters you like are dying.
Yep. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Really? Because in the last season of Game of Thrones, nobody died.
Our hope in the series died.
That is true.
I'm so glad I didn't make it past the first 4 episodes of that. And I didn't commit to actually being disappointed very much at the end. I'm very happy.
I don't think I've ever seen such a disappointing ending in my life.
I have. How I Met Your Mother.
Really?
Yeah, it was terribly disappointing, but that's another time.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Anyways.
We'll talk about
A lot of people say Lost ending was disappointing, but I'm still waiting for an ending.
So Lost made you lost?
He got lost.
But yeah, the creator of The Wire. I like his other show that he did for HBO, Treme, a whole lot more than The Wire.
I heard good things about
Yeah,
that.
it's about a New Orleans neighborhood after Hurricane Katrina. John Goodman's in it. Steve Zahn is in it. It's really good.
What? John Goodman was in something that had to do with New Orleans? What? That's crazy.
He'll break your heart in that show.
I believe it.
And you'll know the scene when it happens too.
I believe it. Anyway, the last TV show I'll bring up for Decapitations, so we can get back to this. Supernatural actually has a lot of good ones. I'll just put it as a whole as them. Anytime they're hunting vampires, there's a lot of good ones in that.
Sure.
And then Leviathan and like several other ones that are there.
Wait, Leviathan? I don't remember.
No,
I thought the only thing that killed the Leviathans were bleach.
And then you had to decapitate them after.
Did you?
After you did the bleach. There's a lot of good decapitations and other maining in that show, as much as a CW show could actually get into. And then the couple movie ones that I really enjoy. One of them that is the weakest one, but it stuck with me, and I really like the atmosphere of what was going on, but you never actually see the decapitation, is Sleepy Hollow. The one scene where the Headless Horseman walks into the house and murders the whole family. The father, son, and the mother, the father, and the son, who's hiding underneath the floorboards, and then he pulls them up, and then you just see him walking out with a bushel full of heads. And I think that and then like it was interesting because it kind of when I watched it, I was like, it reminded me back to The Blob, about like when bad shit can happen to children in movies. So I was like, this is far more realistic.
Really long time ago, like back in the DVD days, I listened to Tim Burton's commentary on Sleepy Hollow, and during that scene he talks about, I hate it when filmmakers just let kids live.
Respect.
Thank you.
Respect, Tim Burton. Respect.
Yeah.
The if you have not seen Sleepy Hollow, I highly recommend it. It's a really entertaining movie. I've always enjoyed it.
Tim Burton.
Yeah,
I
I
hate
really
it when
like
people
it.
let kids live, and I can't believe I didn't know there were other actors other than my wife and Johnny Depp. Why didn't you tell me?
Johnny Depp is in Sleepy Hollow, but Helena Bonham Carter is not in Sleepy Hollow.
That is
I
true.
believe this is before they met.
Oh, shit.
However, Lisa Marie is in Sleepy Hollow, who I guess would be Tim Burton's Helena Bonham Carter at that time.
Correct. And Christina Ricci, who's awesome.
And also Casper Van Dien of Starship Troopers fame.
That's even more awesome.
It's a really good movie.
It is a very good movie.
Desperately needs a remaster.
and a very, very awesome cameo from Mr. Christopher Walken himself.
Yep.
He plays the actual Headless Horseman. The flashback sequences when he has
You know who one of the producers on that movie was?
No.
Francis Ford Coppola.
What?
Yeah.
That is I need to hear about that.
That's interesting.
I don't know much about what his involvement is, but yeah, he's one of the executive producers on it.
That is interesting. It's funny and who steps in to what. Brad Pitt is one of the EPs of The Departed. Which I found really interesting. It's interesting, who's involved with what. But I would definitely love to hear about some stories about his involvement with that. That seems very interesting that he'd be involved in that.
They actually built the town for that movie. Really good movie.
Oh yeah, I'd highly recommend it. And then the other one too that I really a series that I want to revisit is Jeepers Creepers, more specifically Part 2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where he's
the wing.
Yep,
Yeah.
the wing, and then grabs his head and everything else and pulls it right up, which is pretty great. And there's a bunch of great scenes of the creature actually getting stabbed in the head and the face and all kinds of crazy shit in them. Another series I would love to revisit, but yeah, that was a great Decapitation.
It's only 2 movies. Can you really call 2 movies a series?
What about the third one, Brendan?
There's only 2 movies. Can you really call 2 movies a series?
So what about the third one, Brendan?
There are only 2 movies. Can you really call 2 movies a series?
Brendan, do you know what the first step of grief is? Acceptance.
There.
In this
No,
case,
it isn't.
I'm literally just making up shit. I don't care.
I like how he stopped to think about that for a second. He's like, wait! Bullshit!
It's actually the last step. But let's just skip to the last step and just accept it that there are, in fact, 3 movies.
No. Have you seen the third one?
I have not, but I have to. Because
I have never seen a sold out theater audience turn against a movie quite like the way I saw them turn against Jeepers Creepers 3.
Sold out?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
Because
man.
they were doing like a one night only thing.
I thought it was
when
2 nights.
No, it was going to be one night. And then because they made so much money on that one night, it was like, oh, we're going to do a second night. Like a month from now or something. But at the time, before that second night was announced, it was only one night only. Let's see, I was at my parents' place at the time in New York. Was this when I was on vacation from the ships?
I could have swore this is when you were back already.
Was it?
I believe
what
it
year
was.
was it?
2017.
2017.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, then this was when you were on
Yes,
your
this was when I was on vacation. So this was during that time when I was just chilling at my parents' place. And the only theater I was playing at was in Erie, the Erie Tinseltown. So I go down there, see it. Sold out theater. Sold out. Like I even saw on the marquee, Jeepers Creepers 3 sold out. And the theater was with it at first because like, yes, Jeepers Creepers, it's back. It's the third one. And then just slowly, bit by bit, there'll be a pocket of laughter over there. Then there'll be a pocket of laughter over here. And then before you knew it, around the halfway point, everybody was just against this movie. Everybody's calling out things that are wrong with it. Everybody's calling out things that are stupid about it. Just everybody was against it.
You know it's bad when somebody in the audience goes, that's fucking stupid, and
then
nobody gets
everybody
mad.
agreed. Yeah.
And I looked it up on IMDb.
And yeah, actually, somebody would call out something, and then you would hear somebody from the other side of the theater. Yeah, I know, right?
Dude, the only time I've ever had that experience was at an A24. I think, it was when me, Marcus, David, and I think even John was with us. We went to go see that piece of shit. Something comes at night. I don't fucking know.
It comes at night.
It ends. I go, no, fuck you. And somebody goes, wow, that just happened.
It's a movie about people trying to figure out who left a door open when there's only one guy who has had the key to the door the entire time.
And then the dog is just barking at the woods because a squirrel ran by, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. And then and Jeepers Creepers 3 is playing and on the Sci-Fi Network at 2:30 in the morning. That'll tell you exactly
Everyone
where.
stop what you're doing. We need to watch it.
And Mark, if you want to watch it when you get home at 2:30 in the morning, you're welcome to. We're not watching it on this TV.
We are at some
No,
point.
you did. You said if I buy it, we will play it.
That doesn't sound like me.
No, you said that because we actually do a trilogy.
Do you have a signed contract from me?
Yes.
Nope.
All right, then.
but
Yeah,
will
I never
get
said
one.
it.
You don't tell him no, you tell him yes. He's not going to ask for proof later.
Dude, just like Barney, man, I always get the yes, and I will. Anyway, moving on.
Okay.
And then
Wait, before we move on, Zach, you've seen Jeepers Creepers 3,
Yep.
and
Yep.
it's not good, is it?
It's
It's a yes or no question.
It's something.
It's a yes or no question, Zach.
Wes was mad that we watched it.
I'll take it.
I forgot what we were doing. We were waiting for Brandon for something, and it's just like, all right, let's watch a movie in the meantime. I haven't seen this yet. Have you? No? Fuck it. Let's watch it. Oh. Did he just launch turtles out of the back of his truck? Turtle mines?
Oh, yeah, that reminds me, too. Like, in my Facebook post after I saw it, I was talking about how the Jeepers Creepers mobile now has these bombs that are essentially the red shells from Mario Kart, because they'll follow you wherever you go. And
The car defies the laws of physics on multiple occasions. You just sit there and you go, what? How? Huh?
pretty much. And I was talking about this with Victor during the Michigan trip last week. And Jeepers Creepers 3 did come up, and specifically my Facebook post about it. And he was like, yeah, I remember reading that. And I was like, Brandon's a kidder sometime. There's no way this is true. And then he saw the movie and was like, oh, he wasn't joking.
Jesus.
What the fuck?
Well, now I have to see it now.
No.
I have
Our description of it is a lot more fun than actually sitting through it.
Look, I'm just going to say your post was one of the reasons why I was excited to watch it, because I heard that. I'm like, this is going to be so stupid. It'll be hilarious.
Zach, quick question. Which one's worse, Maximum Overdrive or...
Maximum Overdrive.
All right, then I could get through it.
Now you put him in a pickle. He's like, fuck.
Did you
Come on, Brandon. Which one's worse?
Did you set a
Worse.
standard, sir?
For what?
For like horrible movies, it's definitely been Maximum Overdrive.
I don't know if it's worse than Terror
You cannot
Vision,
blame
though.
me for Maximum Overdrive.
No,
No,
I
we
cannot.
can't.
But I didn't. I'd say I'm blaming you. I'm saying you set a standard for the lowest bar with Maximum
Twice.
Overdrive. No, dude, I would rather watch fucking Terror Vision than watch Maximum Overdrive. I can promise you that. Not by much, but enough.
I still don't know.
But it's not, it's not by much. It really isn't. It's by a slight margin. But that's not a win. That doesn't mean I like it. Shut up, Brandon.
You'll come around eventually.
No, we won't.
I'm sorry, how many people have we met that like TerrorVision?
How many people have we met that don't like it?
I think the amount we've met who like it outweighs those who don't.
No, it's not.
It kind of does.
No, we're equal.
I mean, I'm not saying that we're not wrong, but and all those other people are.
I mean, we're clearly not wrong.
Yeah, no, it's 100%. But so in my last two, is I love the creativity of Resident Evil with the lasers. That whole scene is really, really fucking cool. I was always really down with that. I always enjoy the tension of them trying to turn the shit off beforehand, and they just don't quite make it.
The first 2 Resident Evil movies, they're not good Resident Evil movies, but they're still good movies. Like, I
correct.
still love them.
Oh yeah, they're not anything. They're not Resident Evil.
The second one is very fucking awesome, but then the third one happens, you're like, what the fuck did you do?
And then you get to the fourth one, you go, whoa, what the fuck is this?
Every movie, you just progressively go, wait, what, whoa, whoa.
I've only seen 1, 2, and 6.
There's a story there. How the hell did that happen?
I saw the first one when it came out on DVD.
All right.
Then I saw the second one when it came out on DVD. Then I saw the 6th one because we had it on the ship.
Makes sense.
Reasons. Is it the one with the kids in the school bus?
I think so. I remember there was something that had to do
that
with
was part 3.
The part 3? All right.
Yeah, no.
I know there had something to do with like a kid clone. Basically, Jurassic Park Forbidden Kingdom ripped off the twist from the last Resident Evil movie.
Either way.
Sure.
Part 6, every fight scene, you hold on a shot for 1 frame, and then you cut to the next one for a frame, and then the next one for 1 frame. Trying to keep up with fights is like, whoa, what's happening?
This guy over here pre-ordered the 4K box set for some reason.
We're gonna watch them.
All right, I'm in. I'm in.
We're gonna watch. No, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna up Red Letter Media's thing, and we're gonna watch all of them at once.
Brandon is so unamused.
He's now mad that he showed me that video.
Their Transformers video. That's the one where they watched the 3 Transformers movies like side by side on 3 TVs.
Back when there was just 3 of them.
They just, back when there was 3 of them. And then their Resident Evil video was they just marathoned them. And I can't remember if it was in prep for the 4th one or the 5th one, but...
Dude, I enjoyed the first one for what it was, but everything else after that was a fucking dumpster fire. Dude, I was so bored with Transformers. I'll tell you guys a story after this podcast. But I was so bored with fucking Transformers 2. Holy shit. When I saw it in the theaters and there was no one in the theater. And man, was it boring. I can't tell you, remember a single thing that happened in that fucking movie. I can't. They same way with Brandon and Jason Goes to Manhattan. Or Jason Goes to New York.
Jason Takes Manhattan.
Jason Takes Manhattan. Don't remember anything of that. Same thing. Same thing with Transformers Part 2. Do not remember a fucking thing from that. Couldn't tell you what happens. But anyway.
I only remember bits and pieces of the first and second one, and then the last one, because it was so stupid and hilarious that me and Matt were just dying.
Sure.
What the fuck's his
Marky Mark?
No, Silence of the Lambs. What the hell is
Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins. Yeah. Me and Matt both died laughing when Anthony Hopkins is driving 100 miles an hour in a car listening to Move, bitch. Get out the way. We're like, what?
Dude,
what is happening?
Dude, some people just do things for paychecks. Like, and I know that was a very
no shit.
The Anthony Hopkins is like, I'm not doing that, and then he's like, how much are you paying me again? Well, okay then. Well then, Ludacris, here I come.
That movie was stupid, but we had one hell of a time watching it. It's just like, how long do you think? Like, we're waiting for the movie to start. How long do you think it'll be until the first explosion happens? 1 second. 1 second into the movie, like where the fucking title sequence is coming in. Explosions! Ah, there's Michael Bay.
Fucking Michael Bay, man. Oh.
Wait, is that Merlin? What?
What?
Yeah, Merlin's in the last Transformers movie.
Like Merlin from Legend of King Arthur Merlin?
Yep.
It kind of leaves you speechless.
Again, the movie is so ridiculous, it's hilarious. We were upset Ray couldn't come because it's like, oh my god, he would hate this movie so much because he's a huge Transformers fan.
Dude,
he takes that shit mad seriously.
Dude, Brandon's losing hope in all humanity right now.
We're both just sitting here like, hold the fuck up. Why is Merlin here? Holy shit.
We switched genres.
Apparently.
Anyway, I'll give my last one. One I really enjoy just because I love what happens after the decapitation is hilarious is the one from Cabin in the Woods, where the girlfriend gets decapitated. And the huge burly fucking dude ends up at the door and literally throws the head, and she catches it. She's like, I don't believe she's dead. And then she comes in the door and then throws the head at her. And it's like, well, I guess she is dead. I'm holding her fucking head. And yeah, those are, I mean, there's a bunch of other ones that I dig in between there, but those are the ones that definitely stick out for me. I do have a question of the podcast.
All right.
Because I did bring this up to Brandon. And another time we were going to bring it up maybe within this, but I figured it'd be a good question of the podcast. What are your, either singular or plural, favorite decapitations from non-horror movies? I have two. I'll do mine first, so you can give you guys more time to think if you need it.
Yeah, I think you're gonna need to do that.
So mine is from Star Wars Episode 3 when Anakin decapitates
Goodbye, Count Dooku.
Hey, dude, it's such a fucking. I would probably argue it's probably the best scene of the entire prequels and probably that movie.
The decapitation scene.
This scene in particular, like it just a really well fucking done scene. Not the decapitation itself, but like what was going on, the emotional stakes and the tension along with that.
For me, the whole ending of that movie.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Nothing will ever be as powerful, in my opinion.
And powerful, yes, but like it's just such a good, very fucking powerful, but very simple scene that shows a lot of good stuff, and especially that fucking sound effect, like you hear like air leaving leaving a chamber.
It's
and
good. No, don't get me wrong, I love that scene, but still there's so many, like the movie just progressively, in my opinion, just gets better and better and better and better.
I think there was
the troops marching on the Jedi Temple after Order 66 is put out.
Yeah.
The clone troopers just destroying their Jedi masters and everything like that.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And then
you're right.
The final fucking battle between Kenobi and Anakin, and then, of course, Darth Vader's full transformation. I love all of it. And then at the very end of the movie, Anakin's theme subtly goes to Darth Vader's scene as he's sitting in the Star Destroyer watching the Death Star get built, standing next to Palpatine. Beautiful.
Yeah. No, I just think it's understated. I think a lot of people forget about that particular scene.
I disagree, but
I just don't think it's highlighted enough. Mm-hmm. And it's also a pretty sweet decapitation. And then my other one is the very end of Demolition Man, when Wesley Snipes gets his head kicked off. It's fucking great. Heads up, boom, gone. I love that decapitation. Brandon's giving a very creepy smile right now.
Because I know what
he found something. Go ahead, Brandon.
Zach, you go first, because you guys are going to get mad at me.
Because I got to think of one.
So this one isn't even a decapitation of a person. This is in a comedy, and it is the decapitation of Petey the Bird from Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one. That is a pretty good one.
As Jim Carrey's character, Lloyd Christmas, tapes the head back onto the body and sells it to a blind child.
Who continues to say pretty bird.
Yep, and then later on you see the kid on TV because National, what was that? Current Affair was covering the story.
That's hilarious. Any other ones?
No.
Pretty much all of them.
I'm sure there are a lot of good ones out there. They're just not coming to me right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if we're talking non-horror movies or like comedies and stuff, I can't think of anything.
There's plenty
Zach
of action
doesn't watch
movies.
comedies, and Zach doesn't watch anything that's not horror. So
Zach, you watch a lot of action movies, so there's plenty of decapitations in action movies. Oh, and I have an extra one to add on. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
that one is
The
okay.
the fucking head, man, rolled like a bowling ball.
It's just super simple.
Dude, super simple sometimes works, brother.
Yeah. I mean, I know Zack really liked the beheading of Thanos in Avengers Endgame.
Fucking dumbass movie.
Dude, it's over. It's over, man. So I guess that's it.
I guess so.
Brandon, go ahead and close us out.
All right. Thank you for listening to us here at the Nightmares Podcast. You can hear all of our other podcasts on Spotify, Anchor, and on YouTube. Look us up on all of our social media at Midwest Horror Network on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and
Slasher.
And of course, you can press that little bell to be notified every time we post a new bit of content on the Midwest Horror Network. And you can check out all of our amazing other shows, including Living Nightmares, our narrative show, where we go ahead and tell amazing, scary, true life experiences that have happened to real people. Also, you can check out our great show, The Screaming Room, where we watch, react, and just overall comment on lesser known horror movies. And then of course check out Zack's show, Let's Play a Game, where Zack goes ahead and plays and reacts and comments on horror video games. Thank you very much for listening. Go ahead and share this with your aunts, brothers, sisters, uncles, best friends. And that is it. Thank you so much. We'll catch you next time.